Hi everybody, Jess-c here from jessiebanks.com, and I posted this card on my blog a while ago, and I said that a video was coming, and then I've been sick. And then I got my house shingled, and I couldn't do any voice recording while the house was being shingled, because that would be ridiculous. So this is finally the speed coloring video for Saturated Canaries. It's the Spring Break Girls. Sorry, I had to think about that for a second. So I'm starting with all of the skin tones. I do believe I do all of the skin tones together. It's been a minute since I've colored this, so you just kind of have to bear with me a little bit. Sorry about that. But I start in with E04, and I just add the darkest points in there, and then I'll come in with E13. And I kind of varied the skin tones just a little bit. On each of the girls, just so that they all had slightly different skin tones instead of everybody being colored exactly the same. So that's the way I approach this, and I do each girl's skin, and then I go back and I do their hair and then their swimsuits, and I do believe I give them all blue eyes, if I remember correctly. The finished card for this is available on my Etsy store. You can find that link in my blog, and my blog and Etsy link will both be in the profile below if you're interested in either of them. Seeing either of those places. If you do go to my blog, there is in the Etsy tab at the top of my blog, there is a coupon code for free shipping, and that's anywhere. So, and that runs out at the end of this month, and it's the 12th when I'm recording this, so you guys will hopefully see this today. Hopefully. You should. It should compress before I have to leave for work this morning. Anyway, enough talking to myself. I'm using R22 and R20 for her cheeks. I do add the cheek color in before I finish the skin tones. That way I find I don't have to go back and add another layer of color to it. I can just blend it out with that E51 in this case. Sometimes it's the E00 and E50, and that'll finish off this skin tone. On to the next girl. I'm skipping the E04, so I'm making her a lot more pale, and I'm starting with the E13. I find the E11 doesn't give me enough contrast if I use it on my own in the summertime. On summertime people, I kind of color with the seasons. So as soon as winter hits, like in full force here, it's cold this morning. It's like 6 degrees Celsius here. I turned my furnace on, you guys. But anyway, as soon as the snow flies and stuff, I drop a lot of my darker colors, and I lighten everything up, because where I live, we all get pasty white in the wintertime. So again, just adding in the darker shadows and figuring out where I want those, and then I go back and I add in the lighter ones. And that's my coffee pot finished. Yay! I'll go get that as soon as I finish voicing this over. E11. And I just go right over top of those previous lines all the way back to the black line, or back to where that color originated, like the darkest color, and go right over top to blend everything out. If I don't go all the way back to the darkest color, I find things end up streaky on me. And especially on my skin tones, I usually don't like to go back and put a second coat of color on to get those blends real nice, just because I find it darkens everything too much, and then I'm not happy with it. And it's all personal opinion. I mean, I really should branch out and maybe I'll do some African American skin in the next couple of days here. Maybe. Don't quote me on that. We'll see. I hope so. I'll try. So R21, again, a lighter skin, or a lighter cheek color as well this time, and then E00, and then the final color, I'm not sure. It'll be it could be E50. We'll find out in a second. Nope, E00. I thought so. So you can see how those skin tones vary just that little bit. And I kind of like that differentiation between everything. So. And then I did her lips. Now we're going into the last girl, and I'm starting with the E04 again. This one I had to think a little bit more, because she's got her arms crossed and attitude, and all in all just being awesome. They're all awesome. I love Saturated Canary. I'm so sad to see her go. I am getting this up. Her store is open, I know, as of last I heard, until the 15th of this month. So if this gets posted today and you do want to grab this image, you definitely can pop over and still get it. I will put the link in the description box below. So if you want it, you can definitely still add it to your pile or your collection, or start your collection. There is a coupon code if you're in her Facebook group for 40% off your order until the shop closes. I've taken advantage of that a few times. So when I'm doing her, I'm completely ignoring her tattoos at the moment. I'm coloring right over top of them. I'm pretending like they're not there because they won't affect where the shadows are, because they're directly on the skin. It's not like it's a piece of fabric or anything like that. They're tattooed right onto the skin. So I pretend they're not there when I first start coloring, and I color all of my skin tones the way I normally would. And then I go back and I add the color for the tattoos in separately. So E50 will finish off her skin tone, and I'm blending right out over top of everything. And now I'm coming in and I'm adding some color to her tattoos. So I'm starting with YG 97, and I'm doing the leaves in her arm piece and the tail on the mermaid. And I know it's kind of hard to see because it's really, really tiny because my images are small to start with, but YG 13. And I give them as much depth as I do everything else. I know you don't see, it doesn't pop as much as the rest of the image because of how small it is. And I did forget to hit the record button on the red and on the black on her hair. But you'll see the hair on the other girls, and I color everything exactly the same way. When I do hair, I work light to dark so that I can not blend everything out so much, and I get a stronger contrast in my hair, and my flicks end up staying darker instead of blending themselves out with the lighter color, because that's what the lighter colors do to the darker ones. So I just slowly work my way from lightest to darkest using the tip of my marker and flicking. Some people can only flick in one direction. I've taught myself how to flick in both. You can turn your image is the easiest thing to do. I do it all the time, even in my videos when I'm doing flowers and things of that nature. I turn that image all the time. You might as well color in the most comfortable, easiest position for you, rather than trying to turn your wrists in abnormal ways. I love this E70 color. I don't use it for hair very often, but it's one of my favorite marker sets that Copic's put out is E70s. I love them. I think they're absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous. E77. Now we're getting into the darker colors. And as I'm getting darker, my flicks are getting shorter so that I'm not making the whole hair absolutely the darkest. And then E79 finishes it off. You can see even there how I start turning the image just a little bit, just to make it a little more comfortable for myself. So there we go. Now we go into our swimsuits, and I'm starting with just her star with Y17, Y15, Y13, and I might even sneak some Y11 in there. Look at that. You do not have to use that many colors. It's just a habit. Her dress, or her bathing suit, I'm using the BVs, so it'll be BV 29, 25, 23, and 20. And now I go back to my darkest to lightest, so everything blends nice and smoothly, and I don't end up with any harsh lines. It's only the hair that I normally do the other way. Hair or wood grain, things of that nature. Things where I want those strokes to be seen. Flower petals, I'll do the other way a lot of the time. So, BV20, and that's the end of her bathing suit. Now we're going to do a pink one with RV29. It'll be 29, 25, 23, and 21. My favorite pink my favorite pink combination. I use it all the time because it's so bright and vivid. Oh, and I forgot about her bow. Ta-da! I remembered. This cap, because they put the writing in black, is hard to see, but it's RV25. 23, see? And we just slowly work over top of everything we've done before and blending it out. And now color everything in. And then BG09, so we're going to give her like a tealy blue one. Following the artist drawn lines, I may add a couple extra creases and folds on certain pieces of clothing, but I always try and follow the artist drawn lines to at least give me a great starting point for what I'm going to do. Just slowly blending it out till we get the lightest color. Opened up the wrong end of my marker. So now we're going to do their eyes with some of the blue shades, and that'll be it for this image. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I would appreciate it if you enjoyed it to hit the like button down below. If you're not a subscriber, that would be awesome too. Comments are always welcome. I try to reply to everybody. I can't promise I always do, because sometimes they come in at work and I read them and then I get home and I forget, and I'm bad like that. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye for now.